Heyho friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you my PVE build of Rune Master Magic Dragon Breath build. Rune Master has 3 DPS builds, Magic Dragon Breath, 100 Spirit build, and Auto Attack build. Here I want to show you my Magic Dragon Breath build and some insight of this build. Can this build compete with other PVE classes? Let's find out together. Before we start, don't forget to show some loves, like and subscribe. Alright, let's do this! First of all, I'm going to show you how the stats should be distributed and which attributes are important for instances. Feat is your main stats to boost Magic Dragon Breath, improving 0.1% damage from each feat, so max this out. Magic Dragon Breath is also based on attack and magic attack, which you can improve with each strength and int. That's why I recommend you to distribute it both strength and int evenly. For legend instances, you need following requirements. In the following, you can see all my stats and attributes. In the following, I am going to show you my skill distribution and explain to you some of the skills for MDB build. Heart of Steel improves your survivability by reducing damage and magic damage taken for 5 seconds. Aurora Blade improves your true damage based on your AG and luck. Additionally, each level of this skill increases your attack up to 600 attack in total. Spare Mastery also increases your attack when you use Spare as weapon. Cavalry Combat and Mastery allows you to use Mount while attacking and increases your damage against large and small monsters. Concentration improves your attack and hit in cost of your equipment defense. Additionally, your whole party get Endure effect for 45 seconds. Your whole party can also get 30% damage increase thanks to Lord's Aura. Sword Parry is similar to Crusader's Auto Guard, which can block some damage. This skill works for sword user in general, but this can also work for spare user too if you use weapon blocking rune with activated second line. Call of Justice provides you with more attack and magic attack based on your feat. HP Alike deals true damage to enemies while losing 1% of your max HP for every second. For Magic Dragon Breath build, this skill is necessary to improve your damage of Magic Dragon build. Frenzy restores 100% HP, doubles your max HP, and increases your flee while losing some other stats including movement speed, defense, magic defense, and healing bonus for 20 seconds. Dragon Training allows you to use Dragon as mount and increases the damage of all Dragon Breath skills. In addition, while using Spare and riding Dragon, your weapon size modification is increased to 100%, which is very useful because you don't need to use Size Stone or Drake Card to deal full damage on monsters of all sizes. Dragon Breath is one of your basic skills for Magic Dragon Breath build, dealing fire physical damage based on attack and magic attack. The other basic skill is Dragon Water Breath, which basically is the same except the skill deals water physical damage. Both skills can be increased by 0.1% for each feat and also while in HP Alike state by 20%. That's why it's very important to have high feat and having HP Alike at level 10 for 100% skill uptime. Dragon Protection improves both your damage and damage reduction of fire and water element. Deep Cut is a great DPS buff skill, allowing enemies to get more damage taken. The skill works for spell skill in general, but all Dragon Breath can benefit too thanks to H-Mark rune. With Rune Mastery, you can craft runes that can be used to improve your class. In the following you can see which runes you can craft. You can also gain magic attack every time a rune is used, which can stack up to 3 times. Lastly, we have Sing or Swim, allowing you to convert your own magic defense into magic attack. This buff is what makes Rune Master so special, because usually you can use magic defense equipment set at the beginning of instances, using Sing or Swim to boost your magic attack, and then changing back to full DPS equipment set to optimize Rune Master damage. You might max out Sing or Swim to level 10 and get Power of Rune at level 6 instead to boost your magic attack even more. For the 4th job, you can max out all the skills. For Magic Dragon Breath build, you can prioritize on following skills. Dark Frenzy increases your Dark element by up to 0.2% for every Frenzy you have. The Death Awakens turns you into monster and increases your penetration, max HP, demi-human damage, and damage reduction. Asphyxia is your anti-fatal skill that can last for 8 seconds. In combination with Death Binding, you can deal more damage by up to 40%. Abyss Arrival is an AoE physical dark damage that can last for 20 seconds. While the skill is up, you can gain nice amount of dark damage and ignore defense for your Magic Dragon Breath. And finally, we have Magic Dragon Breath, our main DPS skill that deals both Fire and Water Dragon Breath at the same time. This is my equipment overview of main and shadow equipments. To boost your damage, you can use Dragon Slayer as your offhand. Try to get Armor Breaker as high as possible for your Enchant. In case you still need ignore defense, you can use Vicious Wound. For offhand, you can use Alista, Torsol, or following card. For armor, I currently use Dream Eater to boost both my fire and water damage. Alternatively, you can use Soul Cage, Dragon Blood Armor, or Q's Armor. Try to get Morale 3 or 4 to boost your ignore defense. For cards, you can use following card. For garment, I choose Leather Pauldron to boost both my ignore defense and skill damage with VDI as Enchant. Zenobia, Moonwolf, or following card can be used in garment to boost your damage. I use these shoes to boost my attack and penetration. Alternatively, you can use Dominator War Boots or Fair Judgment. Try to get high PDI or Fit as Enchant. There are some good cards for shoes like Moonistar, Edgar Star, or Flute Star. As low budget alternatives, you can use Water Spirit or Rainbow Fall card. For accessories, you should use Heart of Molten Fire for fire damage. Alternatively, you can use followings. You need to get Sharp Blade 3 or 4 for your enchant to boost your attack and physical damage. Moonlight Tendry Star is a nice option for accessory. If you can get Devil Governor or buy a Beppo card, use them. Dragon Hole is the best weapon you should use for Magic Dragon Breath build. The weapon increases your damage of Fire and Water Dragon Breath for each refinement the weapon has. It is also very important to get tier 5 as soon as possible to deal 20% damage of Magic Dragon Breath additionally every 0.5 seconds for 1.5 seconds. Basically, you will deal 3 times Magic Dragon Breath per second. Thanks to this, you can kill instance boss much quicker since they have HP limit per second and per hit, and you deal more hits in 1 second. In addition, your fire and water element is increased by 5%. Try to get Sharp Blade or Morale 3 or 4 to boost your melee damage or ignore defense. For cards, you can use Drakestar or Minustar card to boost your damage. For headgear, I currently use Snowy Owl to boost my element damage. Alternatively, you can use following headgear. Try to get high fit in your enchant. For card, you can use following card or any penetration or damage related card. Cute Blower is one of the best face headgear we have so far. Optimize this headgear by refining this to +6. Other face headgear that are useful are as follows. For Encha, you can go with Morale 304 or PDI. Ocean's Attachment is one of the best mob headgear for PVE. You need to get at least +6 to maximize the damage bonus from this one. You can use Lightfoot, Glutinous Imp, or any penetration or damage related mob headgear alternatively. Strength is the best enchant for this one. Currently, I use Rough Wing to boost my penetration and because the headgear has Morale 4 as enchant. To boost your damage even further, I recommend you to use Goodwill Gift Box or Chicken Eggs. For enchant, you can go with Morale 3 or 4. For tail, you can use any damage related tail headgear such as It's Too Late, Rock Bunny, or Beautiful Ensemble. Try to get Sharp Blade as high as possible to boost your damage. For shadow equipments, you can use following equipments. The enchant should be the same like the one for main equipments. For offhand, I recommend you to use Rosa Chain if Ignore Defense is still needed. Alternatively, you can use Think Magic Bracelet or Skeleton Bracelet. For armor, the Chosen's armor is a nice choice to improve your attack, magic attack, and PDI. Additionally, you are immune to fear. For garment, I choose White Duke's Mantue to improve my Ignore Defense and skill damage. I use Saint Mary's because the shoes are good shoes overall for both physical and magic user. Alternatively, you can use Little Fairies to boost your damage. For accessories, I recommend you to use fire or water element accessories. You can also use at least one Ring of Loyalty to activate the set effect with chosen armor. Any accessories that are useful are as follows. For the attack mirror, you can use either Bilge's Armor, Combustible Knife, or Claw. For the defense mirror, you can use Cardo to improve your magic defense for Sink or Swim. For the relic, I recommend you to use Horn of the Unyielding for better survivability, or Lord of Fane to boost your damage through penetration and higher element coefficient. Thanks to Sink or Swim, your Rune Master can get a high amount of magic attack easily. To optimize the use of this skill, you can use Ymir Book Switch method. Basically, you can use this magic defense equipment set first, then use full skill buffs including Sink or Swim, and after that, change back to DPS equipment set. You can use any magic defense related equipment and cards. The more magic defense you have, the better. This is the one I currently use and recommend. You should also try to get magic defense as high as possible as enchant in all equipments. In the following, you can see my magic defense equipment set, focusing on only magic defense as much as possible. For the attribute runes, you can put yours as shown below. Biasek Breath rune is your main DPS rune, improving the damage and hit of your Dragon Breath. Focus to get high first line. Second high line is also nice for instances like Airship and Constellation Tower. Edge Mark rune improves your damage under Deep Cut. Focus to get third line first to activate Deep Cut with your Breath skill. Darkness Awakening rune improves the duration of Death Awakening by up to 20 seconds. The third line is more important since it allows you to use the skill without consume any frenzy. Powerful Frenzy rune can increase the limit of your frenzy by up to 50 points. Each frenzy improves your demi-human damage reduction too. The third line is also nice one to recover your HP for each frenzy lost, but your frenzy duration is halved. I recommend you to get high first line to improve your dark element damage. But why dark element? Thanks to Dark Dragon Flame rune, your Magic Dragon Breath also deals dark element damage up to 80%. Lastly, we have Death Cage rune. Thanks to its second line, Rune Master can restore max HP in the state of asphyxia, so focus to get high second line from this one. For Arcane runes, I recommend you to use following runes. Use White Blade rune to boost your damage against solo enemy. Magic Dragon Breath can also deal damage from more than 6 meters away, so Transmission Rune can be nice to have too. War Preparedness Rune is a nice one to improve your survivability. With this rune and Rune Master's damage reduction skills, we can survive even better. For AC runes, you can like on all the rune points with guild contributions. In the following, you can see all attributes you can get from AC runes. Prioritize to get important related attributes such as Ignore Defense and Fit. For the skills, you should also focus on following points. For all 4 equipment memories, I recommend you to use followings. In the following, you can see the list of pro and contra of using Rune Master Magic Dragon Breath for PVE. That's it. That was my PVE build of Rune Master Magic Dragon Breath. In my opinion, this class is definitely worth it to try and can compete with some of PVE classes. The build can be increased by strength, int, and fit. Also, the class has lots of DPS and utility buffs, especially Sing or Swim can improve your DPS by a lot. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Feel free to ask and give comments. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. See you soon, your FLyTuT.